Let's do it. Start those engines, man. We didn't have them started last week because it was the 4th of July. But this week, hey, we're back again. The best show about racing anywhere in broadcasting. The Last Lap Show right here on K97, Iowa's favorite country. Of course, Darren with you. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this fun ride every week as we get to talk racing and have a good old time. And, of course, have great guests on and give away some prizes, do all kinds of great stuff as we're on throughout the show tonight, as we do every week. Tonight is no different, of course. We're going to have a fantastic guest on. Our featured guest tonight. He's not only a fan favorite, he's one of my favorite guys to talk to, period. Love having him on the show. He's been on the show many times. He'll be on it many more times as long as he wants to be. He's definitely, again, one of the fan favorites and one of the best in the late model class. I'm talking about the number 76 late model of Mr. Hollywood, Mr. Jason Hanhne. He's going to be on with us a little bit later on. We're going to talk about his racing this season, how things are going, and what he's looking forward to. Of course, that fabulous late model of his is looking fantastic. Like he always has it wrapped beautifully. And of course, just everything going on with the late model class. We're going to talk about that with Jason coming up a little bit later on. Plus, as always, I'm going to give you a chance to, of course, win a great prize tonight. Now, here's what I need you to do. I want you to jump on our Facebook page, Iowa's favorite country, K97 on Facebook, right? That's where we're at, or my Darren on Air Facebook page. So you can watch the Last Lap Show tonight and have a great time with us for the next 50 minutes right here. But with all the fairs going on now, man, we got a lot of great fairs happening. Got some that have already happened. We had the Wright County Fair last week. I cannot tell you how great of a time I had at the Wright County Fair. I got the privilege and the honor to MC for Little Texas and Corey Waller and the Wicked Things. And Corey Waller and the Wicked Things were on it, as they always are. That's why they are everywhere. Quite the band, man. We are blessed to have them as one of our local bands. Little Texas, they were phenomenal, man. I'll tell you what, I had to revamp my list a little bit. I had a list of like who has the best stage shows in country music, and Little Texas definitely has cracked into my top 5. They were absolutely dynamic. Anybody who's not booking Little Texas for a show, you're missing out. They bring the crowd in a huge way as far as numbers goes, and then once the crowd is there, they engulf them and really bring them into the show itself. So I'm talking to promoters out there and other people who put on these kind of events and these kind of festivals and so forth. You get yourself Little Texas, I'm telling you. Not only they have a lot of hits in the 90s and are still extremely popular because of that, they're just amazing all the way around with their performance. And great guys, man. It was so much fun hanging out backstage with them and chatting with them and hearing some of their stories and some of their jokes, of course. And they were even laughing at my jokes when I was on stage with that, which I thought was way cool, man. I thought you guys have probably heard it all by now, but now they were laughing at my stuff too. So that's very, very cool. Big thanks to the Wright County Fair board, everybody involved, Tricia and Rodney and just everybody. Couldn't have been a better experience. And I understand that they had a great turnout for their truck and tractor pull on Friday of last week. Of course, Little Texas on Saturday. And then I understand they had a great turnout for the rodeo there last night as well. So it'll be interesting and fun and exciting to see what's going to happen with the Wright County Fair next year. Well, now we turn our sights to the fabulous Webster County Fair. That's going on this week, and I know there's a lot of great things planned for that. I get the privilege of broadcasting out there a few times this week as well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I know our own Mason is going to be in the dunk tank out there. I'm putting a couple of our other staff in there with him. If you think I'm getting my fat Irish body in there, yeah, there would be no water left if I got knocked down into that thing, right? So you want to make sure there's something for people to fall into. Otherwise, you're just falling into an empty barrel. That's not any fun. So anyway, we're going to get a lot of fun with the dunk tank going on, and some of our staff are going to be in that. And then, of course, just all kinds of great racing action happening at the Webster County Fairgrounds this week as well. I'm going to tell you all about that coming up in just a little bit. Heather Stewart from Webster County Fairgrounds is going to be on the morning train with me tomorrow as well, giving you more of the details. Then next week, we turn our sights to the long, historic Hamilton County Fair, which is going on. And Jamie Griffith is going to be on with me next week talking about that next Tuesday on the morning train, talking about that. There's so many great things going on. Man, there's like 4 nights of racing type action, motor action going on at the Hamilton County Speedway next week. I know they've got figure eights going on. They've got, of course, the Eve of Destruction Demolition Derby on Sunday that's going to be going on. They got Kids Night at the races Saturday night. They got the Tough Truck and what is it, redneck races going on Friday. So there's going to be like 4 nights of motor fun at the Hamilton County Fair coming up next week. And we're going to talk more about that as well. So lots of great things going on. I cannot forget also, for last Friday, man, I had an incredibly great time, as I always do every year. I get the privilege of going back to Rockwell City and seeing all my friends there, all three of them, and that are there at the the Calhoun County Expo, and having such a fun time with them, man. They had invited me back again this year. They had their big their truck pull going on, and I know they had a great turnout for that. We had a little bit of a rain came through, which made the track just that much better. And boy, to everybody at the Calhoun County Expo last Friday, man, they put on an amazing thing as well. Once again, Mason from 92 Rock, one of my team, he broadcast there on Saturday as well. So see all these great things going on in our area. We haven't even made it to the state fair yet. One more great thing that's going on is happening this Friday at Stevens Auditorium in Ames. And I'm going to tell you what that is in just a couple of minutes, because that's the prize you're playing for tonight on our Alpha video stream here. So if you're watching the show tonight, this is where you're going to get a chance to win a pair of tickets to this thing going on Friday night. But here's what I want you to comment, all right? First off, I want you to comment if you're watching our video stream. If you're not, again, go to our Facebook page, Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page. And once you get there, here's what I want you to comment. All these great carnivals and all these great fairs and all these great expos going on. I want you to go back. Maybe you're my age. Maybe you're older. You're probably younger, because there's not many of me and my age left, that we're just kind of that old. Anyway, here's what I want you to do is go back to your fair going days when you were younger, or even now. I don't care. Make it even now. I want you to comment in the comment section, what is your favorite carnival ride of all time? And I'd say this because Saturday when I was at the Wright County Fair, Smith Amusements had my favorite rides of all time. I could not believe it. It was there. I couldn't believe. I'm like, okay, am I seeing things? This cannot be what I'm seeing right now. And I talked to one of the great members of the amusement team, and they said, yeah, we went all the way out to Maine to get that. And now they're making a sign for it that's going to be lit up, and the whole works like it used to be. And that, my friends, is what we used to call the Rocco planes. Remember the egg-shaped, cage that you're in? Yeah, and it goes around in a circle like a Ferris wheel. Look at me doing all the drama right here, like I'm somebody from The Godfather. This is what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This kind of thing going on. So this is the Rocco planes, and I remember the very first time I got into that was with my brother. Right? I didn't know what was going to happen. He knew what was going to happen. We got in and we're spinning around, and so you can make that egg that you're in, that egg crate that you're in, so to speak. You can make it spin, right? Well, I didn't know that either. Well, he got it spinning. I'm screaming, not knowing what's going on. I'm like 7 years old. I don't know what's happening, other than I'm terrified. There's this little handle in front of you. You can whip the lever and stop it anywhere you want. Well, he stopped us upside down. Good enough. I vomited all over him. Made it work out just fine. And guess what? That became my favorite ride ever since then because of that. I used to ride the Rocco planes a lot, an awful lot. And to see them still in action at the Wright County Fair this past Saturday, man, that was like a big trip down memory lane for me. So that was another great thing about the Wright County Fair. So go ahead and comment or what is your favorite carnival ride of all time? I don't care what it is. You can say the Silly Silo from Adventureland for all I care. If it's your favorite of all time, it's your favorite of all time. Just go ahead and comment. Here's what you're playing for tonight. Coming up this Friday night, actually, I'm going to play the spot. Hopefully you can hear this on our video stream. If not, well, I'll do my best to explain it to you, which isn't really hard, because coming up this Friday night at Stevens Auditorium in Ames, Aaron Lewis. The man and his music, Friday, July 15th, Stevens Auditorium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. More at AaronLewisMusic.com. Aaron Lewis and the State Liners. This Friday at Stevens Auditorium in Ames, Aaron Lewis and the State Liners. Tonight, we're putting on the line 2 tickets to go see Aaron Lewis. Now, if you've ever been to Stevens Auditorium, you know that's more kind of encompassing of everybody. It's not a big arena, so you're not going to be way up in nosebleeds looking down going, oh, hey, see that little spot? Yeah, that's Aaron Lewis. No, there's great seats everywhere at Stevens Auditorium because it's a smaller venue, and you're going to be closer as well. So, again, we're playing for 2 tickets to go see Aaron Lewis and the State Liners this Friday night at Stevens Auditorium in Ames. All I want you to do is comment, what is your favorite carnival ride of all time as we go on. We're at about 20 minutes past the hour. We're going to continue here for just a couple of minutes. I only really have one set of results to give you tonight because everybody's kind of taking some time off, which is good. You know, we're about halfway through the season, maybe a little more than halfway in many cases. But, of course, Sports Park Raceway still doing their great racing every Friday night. Yes, I got to put on these old boy readers so I can see what I'm telling you so I don't I mispronounce enough. I don't need it to be blurred to mispronounce it as well. So here's the results from Friday night at Sports Park Raceway here in Fort Dodge. Again, a big thanks to Jeff and Brian, everybody at Sports Park Raceway for always doing a fabulous job. Starting off with the MC Mechanical USRA B-Mods. In the feature that night, taking home the checkered flag, number 85 team, Mr. Brandon Tofty from Otho. Good job, Brandon. Ty Griffith from Webster City in the 56, taking second. And Jason Bass from Fort Dodge in the number 4, taking number 4, taking third. Pickett Salvage, USRA Hobby Stocks, taking first. Drew Kiker from Stanley, Iowa, taking second. Drew Bargloff from Sioux Rapids, Iowa, and taking third, the number 15 of Jeremy Crimmins from Fort Dodge. Moving on to the United Plant Services USRA Modified from Friday night at Sports Park Raceway, taking first. Josh Ruby. Josh is from Lakota, Iowa, in the number 30 car. Taking second, Cole Ferguson from Dexter, Iowa, the number 3 F car. And taking third, Lyle Sawdoff from Sherburne, Minnesota, in the 8L. Moving on to Marsh Concrete, USRA Stock Cars from Friday night at Sports Park Raceway in Fort Dodge. Taking first, Fort Dodge's own Miles McHale in the number 21 car. Taking second, John Aids from Rippey, Iowa, in the number 10. And taking third, Justin. Way to go, Justin Aids from Webster City in the 10J. Taking third. Matt's Tire Service, USRA Tuners from Friday night at Sports Park Raceway here in Fort Dodge. Taking first was Oliver Monson from Thornton, Iowa, in the number 5. Taking second, Tyler Crimmins from Fort Dodge in the 15. And taking third, John Gill from Marshalltown in the 02 car. And that is really all the results I've got because, again, a lot of the racing has there are so many big events that happen. I know Poplar Grove Speedway had their big nationals going on, of course. Hamilton County Speedway, they had their big stock car challenge going on, and just a lot of great things going on as well. But Sports Park Raceway is still doing it, man. I think that's fantastic. Now, I did say I was going to talk about the racing events going on at the Webster County Fair this week, and I am. As I mentioned, Heather Stewart's going to be on with me tomorrow on the morning train during the 8 o'clock hour, and she's going to tell us more about these great events that are happening. But starting with Wednesday night in the grandstand at the Webster County Fair, is going to be some motocross. So make sure you get there for that. That's going to start around 6:30 that night. Great motocross action. We all know that this area is famous for motocross. So you want to make sure you get out and watch some of the best that night at 6:30. Here's something else I want to throw in as well. And again, Heather will talk about this tomorrow morning. But movie night, Wednesday night at the Webster County Fair. This is so cool because I have a few of my staff that are huge fans of this movie, which I am too. It's just a fabulous movie. But what they're showing Wednesday night, July the 13th at the Webster County Fair in the kids zone, Back to the Future. Oh, what a great movie. Now, see, what I get to say, this is the kind of one of the benefits of being old like I am. A couple of my staff, I said, are very, very big fans of this movie. I always throw up at them. And you know what? I got to go see it when it actually first came out in the theater, and you didn't. I'll always have that over your head. So anyway, go check out Back to the Future because watching it on a big screen is really, really cool like that. That's coming up again Wednesday night at the Webster County Fair. Moving on to Friday at the Webster County Fair, they got the tough truck races. That's going on from 6 to 9 in the grandstand as well. You know that's going to be a lot of fun. 10 o'clock that night, Friday night at the Webster County Fair is going to be some fireworks. Everybody loves fireworks. So make sure you check that out as well. And Saturday at the Webster County Fair, 7 to 10, the open truck pull going on in the grandstand as well. And that's just a few of the racing highlights, folks. The Webster County Fair is loaded, man. They got so many great things going on. I mean, I could just sit here and run down the entire agenda, and you just sit there and go, wow, 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 wow. They got a lot of things going on because they do. A lot of great entertainment as well. Justin McClintock is going to be performing there. Man, there's just going to be a whole lot of great things happening. And as I said, Heather Stewart will be on with me tomorrow morning on the morning train telling you more about it. So make sure you're with me for that as well. Well, we're at about 24 past the hour of 6. I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to start talking late models because Jason Haney is going to be on with me in just a few. Now, again, I want you to comment in the comments section on our video at our Facebook page, Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page. What is your favorite carnival ride of all time? I don't care how far back you go. I don't care if it's something brand new. If it's your favorite, it's your favorite. I want to hear about it. Go ahead and comment again on our Facebook page, Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page, because tonight you're playing for 2 tickets to see Aaron Lewis and the State Liners this Friday night at Stevens Auditorium in Ames. And Aaron Lewis is a tremendous performer, not to mention a tremendous songwriter and whole work. So make sure you get those comments going as well. Back with more on the best show about racing anywhere. It's the Last Lap Show. It's only right here on Iowa's Favorite Country, K97.
Driving for it. Man, those guys are
It is the best ride of the day. That's the morning train. Every day I start that bad boy at 6 o'clock, and I'm on till 10 rolling that thing. Now, tomorrow is going to be a great day like it always is every Tuesday. It's a Tell Me What You Think Tuesday. That's when you do exactly that. You tell me what you think on a particular topic that I've got set. It's always a fun topic, as I always say. Never a right or wrong answer, just your opinion in a fun way is all it is every Tuesday on a Tell Me What You Think Tuesday. Plus, tomorrow I'm going to throw in a bunch of prizes to give away as well. Last week I had 2 days where I called them the ride the morning prize train because I had so many prizes to give away. That carried over for a second day. Tomorrow is going to be awful close. I'm going to have a lot of prizes to give away tomorrow as well. So you're going to want to be on the morning train with me tomorrow, again, starting at 6 o'clock right here on Iowa's Favorite Country, K97. Then, of course, Wednesday is our Shiny Top Brewing, What You Want to Hear Wednesday, that day when you get to tell me what to play. It's an old school all request show. Not many radio stations do that anymore. It used to be when I was growing up and listening to radio, everybody had a request show. Now nobody does but us. And we're going on our 5th year very, very soon of doing the Shiny Top Brewing What You Want to Hear Wednesday. Always lots of fun. I even open it up to it does not have to be country. And boy, do I get a lot of non-country requests. Country fans, we like to hear a little rock every now and then. We like to hear a little blues every now and then. We like to hear a little Sinatra and Dino and Sammy every now and then. We like to hear a little Christmas in July every now and then, a little Celtic, that kind of stuff. And that's exactly how Shiny Top Brewing What You Want to Hear Wednesday goes. A whole big, diverse variety of music and songs and artists. That's always fun. Thursday, we'll be back on with our day that we derail the morning train. That's our Iowa-Tennessee connection with our buddy Joe Denham. And I think he's out of Nashville County Prison now, if I'm not mistaken. So we should be good to go on Thursday, provided he is. If not, he's going to have to butt himself in line. And I do mean that literally, butt himself in line, to get up there to the phone and be able to call in. And otherwise, we're going to figure out another way for him to get on with us. But then Friday, of course, is what I call the Day of the Decades. That's when we go back the 3 of the best decades in country music history, starting in the 7 o'clock hour. It's nothing but some of the biggest and best from the 1970s and the Friday morning 70s at 7. 8 o'clock is Friday morning 80s at 8. 9 o'clock Friday morning 90s at 9. And always a great, great time on that as well. Of course, I always have Stumpy Says Trivia on Fridays. Just a lot of fun. Speaking of Stumpies, keep this in mind now. Next Monday night, Last Lap Show will be on the road. We will be at Stumpy's Bar and Grill in Duncombe. So make sure you're coming out there, having a great time with us. I always kind of leave that an open mic night, so to speak. So if you're a driver or a promoter or you got an event coming up, something along those lines, that would be the night to come to Stumpy's. That way you can jump on the show with me there and we can talk about whatever you got coming up. All right. Or we can talk about your racing for the season or whatever it may be. I always leave that one as kind of an open mic night, and we'll do another one in August as well. But next Monday night, we'll be at Stumpy's Bar and Grill in Duncombe. Plus, I know Stumpy and I both invite you drivers of whatever, dirt track, go-kart, motocross, RC cars, whatever it may be. We'd love to have you bring your cars to Stumpy's Bar and Grill next Monday night. I know it's difficult. It's a Monday night, and I know we're asking you to be there at 5 or 5:30 to put your vehicles, put your rides on display. I get it's difficult. Everybody works, and you're coming off a long weekend of racing, looking to another week of racing. I get it. I understand. But there's a lot of fans out there that support you by buying tickets and going to the races and buying your T-shirts and buying your merchandise that don't get to see your cars up close other than from a track view very often or at all. And maybe have never met you, and I know they'd love to. So if you can come out and bring your car out, your bike, whatever it may be, display it out there, please do. Next Monday at Stumpy's Bar and Grill in Duncombe. Let's have those on display, and let's have kind of a car show going on for all the fans as well. That'll be next Monday right here on the Last Lap Show. Well, like every driver and every race team, without their sponsors, their cars, their bikes, their whatever it may be, they would not get on the track. Well, that's the same thing with us right here on the Last Lap Show. Without my great sponsors, I don't make it to the air every Monday night. So I want to say a big, big thank you to all my great, great sponsors who make this show happen every week, starting with my title sponsor for the season. God love them. They're fantastic. Platinum Construction and Demo. They jumped on as our title sponsor right from the very get-go of the season this year. I cannot thank them enough for that. Thank you so much. Ryan Farrell at Farrell's Auto Repair. Big, big thanks to Ryan and his team. They do a great job. Like I like to say, the Stumpy's trifecta, Stumpy's Bar and Grill, Stump's Snow and Mow, the original Snow and Mow, and Stumpy's Party Buses. All three of them, they are are sponsors of this show as well. Ryan's House Repairs. Man, I've heard nothing but great things about Ryan's House Repairs, the work that Ryan and his team do, and how they are absolutely professional. They do an outstanding job. You got some house repairs that need to be done. You can't do it yourself. Maybe you don't have the time to do it yourself. Maybe you don't, if you're like me, don't have the skill to do it yourself. You want to get a hold of Ryan and have Ryan at Ryan's House Repairs take care of that for you. And Extreme Auto and Carts in Humboldt. I've heard about this business. I've seen some of their work. It is amazing, man. So make sure you contact them again as well. Extreme Auto and Carts in Humboldt. And our track sponsors, Poplar Grove Speedway and Camera. Big thanks to Tim and Holly Mortensen. They are amazing. Webster County Fairgrounds and Event Center. Coming up this week, the Webster County Fair, of course. Sports Park Raceway right here in Fort Dodge. We know how fabulous they are. The historic Hamilton County Speedway. We know how amazing they are. And one of the oldest, if not the oldest, dragways in all of Iowa, and they are still making it happen. Tim and Mel, God bless them, or Tom and Mel, it's up in Humboldt. God bless them for making it go again. Humboldt County Dragway, big thank you to them, all of our track sponsors as well. Well, let's bring in, speaking of track, a guy who is, he's no stranger to any track by any means. He's a fan favorite. He's not only a fan favorite, he's one of the guys I like talking to the most, which is why I contacted him over the weekend. Man, he's good on short notice too, thank God, because I got a hold of him like last minute and said, hey, Jason, man, sorry, been busy. I've been meaning to get a hold of you to get you on the show. Any chance that you'd be on the last lap show with me Monday night? And all I got back was a number 1 sign in a hand form, if you know what I mean. And then, no, I'm kidding. He didn't send that to me. He was immediately, yeah, man, sorry. He was busy Saturday as well. I bothered the guy on race day asking him this. Got a hold of me and said, yeah, I'd love to. And here we sit right now. Ladies and gentlemen, driver of the number 76 late model, definitely a fan favorite, definitely an outstanding racer in so many ways. I'm talking about Jason Haney on with me this evening. Hey, Jason, what's up, buddy?
Not much. How we doing?
I'm doing outstanding. I love to see it. All the number 76s from your past cars hanging across the top of your shop there. That's cool, man.
Yeah, we got well, we should have 22 of them in here now. So we surround the whole top, kind of like a border in here. Just makes us, we keep a roof every year. We like doing that, and then try and put a bunch of big checks on the wall as well.
That's nice, man. That always looks good too, doesn't it? When you got the big checks on the wall.
That helps.
Jason, I want to talk about your career, like so many people know about, but so many people really don't know. You know, here's what's amazing about you as a driver and drivers that we have every year that have been veterans for many years, like yourself, is there are people that come out to the races for the first time every season, and they maybe have come out for just one race in the season. And all of a sudden, they see that number 76 orange and blue and pink and purple car going by, going, man, I like the way that guy runs. I'm a Jason Haney fan. So you're developing and creating and getting new fans every single year. Now, you were just talking about you should have 22 of them up there. This is your 22nd season driving?
Yeah. Yep. This is our 22nd season in a late model. And I raced go-karts for about 5 or 6 years before that. So since I was 10, I'm turning 38 this year. So.
Oh, cry me a river, young buck. I mean,
yeah, I know.
When you get to be as old as Terminator and I, then you can start to cry about your age a little bit. All right. Until then,
yeah. I still feel pretty good for 38, but we've been very fortunate to have very good people behind us for this long to keep us being able to do something we're very passionate about and really like doing. So
that's amazing, man. And for you to just be in racing, period, for about 28 years, that is a long time. Got to ask you this, and I don't mean to put you on the spot with this or make you feel like you are going to offend anybody by your answer with this, but after 28 years of being between go-kart and late model, does there ever come a time where you just go, man, I just think I'm about done? I just think I'm just so burned out and I'm tired of it. I'm about done.
No, but there is times where I start to do things with my wife and my daughter and do a few different things that I really enjoy. And the thing I'm very fortunate and lucky with is my wife and my daughter both really like going racing. So they kind of keep the drive back in for me and make it more enjoyable because they're always there. So I don't ever really have to think about ever doing something different. So it's just, I've been able to keep doing it. That's kind of all I think about. So I do, obviously I have a day job, a 9 to 5 sort of thing every day that I have to do to make sure I can keep doing stuff like this. But I mean, there will come a time. It's getting harder now with the cost of everything and money and traveling and fuel costs. Everything's making it more and more difficult. I guess we're just very fortunate to have people that keep coming on board and people that keep helping us every year. And like I said, my crew, and then my wife and my daughter, my parents have both been just have backed me ever since I've started and have been there for support. So I haven't ever had to really think about not doing it.
You and I have talked about this on the air and off many times. You've got not only a great support system with all the sponsors you're are able to attain every year because they want to jump on board the number 76 team, but your wife, Kelly and Ella, and like you said, your mom, your dad, your in-laws, the whole works. So you got a great non-really sponsor support team that really makes it kind of the underlying foundation of what you do and why you get on the track every year.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of why I do it. I'm more excited for them to be able to be in victory lane with us if we get the win to celebrate with them and see how happy they are and just see all the time and everything we put in. And I do. I'm very, very fortunate. If I would lie if I say I wasn't. I'm surrounded by a lot of good people. I have a lot of good people in my life, and I just got done celebrating my wife's birthday yesterday. I don't really know how I got so lucky, but 36 years old, and she's just she's gorgeous. So
she's a sweetheart and a half too, man. You're blessed there. And didn't Ella just celebrate eighth birthday?
8, yeah, on Wednesday. So it's pretty easy for me to remember. July 6th, 7/6. So it's easy for me to remember her birthday. And then the wife's is 4 days later. So my bank account hurts, but it's been a fun week for sure.
So where's your birthday out there, brother? I mean, are you like way out in space away from them, or how's that work?
September 1st.
Nice. Well, you're kind of right there around Super Nationals time then.
Yeah, right in there. Yeah.
Nice, man. You brought up an interesting thing, Jason. I want to kind of touch on a little bit, and I don't want to get into the politics by any means, but you nailed how with it's getting tougher and tougher every year, especially with gas prices, the way things are going up all the way around. And it's not just gas; everything's going up, man. The cost of living is just outrageous nowadays. Harder and harder for an average person, an average family to even survive, let alone do those extra things like go enjoy racing like they used to. And then it turns around and it rolls over to a lot of industries, and racing being one of them, because buying the fuel, buying the tires, buying the engines, buying everything you need to put that car on the track, even with sponsor backing, is getting more and more difficult every single year. Are you finding times nowadays even where you're having to go, hey, I know we need that, but it's not a necessity right now. Let's hold off on that until we get a little more footing this season, kind of thing?
Yeah, our budgetings, I've done a lot more of that, kind of pick and choose of things you want to buy and how much in advance you want to get things. I mean, there's things you have to have, like fuel and tires and parts if you break something that you have to have. But putting a new door or something on sometime just to have it look good with a few wheel marks. So you kind of pass that up because of the cost of aluminum and stickers and everything. Luckily, Burke does a great job and is quick turnaround for me if I want new stickers. But yeah, we just kind of pick and choose what you want to do and make sure you have some money in the account so you can get up and down the road. I know the promoters and everybody's taking a hurt because it's hard for families to get into the racetrack. And I am still very appreciative of all the promoters and all the people that work at the racetracks that put the time in and put the shows on for us, because that's obviously what I do every weekend and throughout the week, and my family does. So we're fortunate to have people that still want to prep tracks and put shows on and put their necks out on the line to put these races on there with times as tough as they are, and hope people come to support it and buy food and drinks and everything else to keep it going. So it's a big cycle. Luckily, racing has a really good fan base. There's a lot of good fans, but it is hard. You see it in the grandstands that people kind of choose one week over next week of going to the races, and it hurts promoters and everything else, because they need the money and the fans and everything in there, as well as the drivers to keep everything going. So it's been tough on our sport. I hope we all get through it. I hope things turn around a little bit for the better. It's not good for anybody, but our sport has really dedicated fans and good people behind it. So I think it'll be okay in the end.
Well, and something like racing, you brought up the fact that race fans, I will go out on a limb, and I've said this many, many times before, and I will say it until I'm proven wrong. I don't think there's more dedicated fans in any sport than racing. I really don't. I mean,
I agree with you 100%.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I mean, from NASCAR all the way down to RC car, and I'm not trying to put RC car on a low level or anything, but there's just so many. The fans are just dedicated all the way around, and they support those that support their sport, which is amazing. And I've witnessed this like you for decades now, and it's so cool. But it's always been tough to be a promoter. It's always been tough to be somebody in that position where you got to shoestring everything from season to season, from race to race. I can't imagine how difficult it must be now for promoters, drivers, sponsors in the economic times that we're in, having to go, okay, as a promoter, I can only drop my prices so low and still meet the purses that the drivers need to make up what they need, still make up the cost, keep the cost to where we have enough to keep the gates open. I mean, this is last couple of years, especially, have just been a devastating nightmare for people like promoters trying to make these things happen. But God love them, man. The tracks are still going.
Yeah. And we're fortunate to have a couple of really good ones around us here, and a lot of good ones in the state of Iowa in general. So it's tough. I'm glad they still like it and love it just like we do, and keep wanting to try and put these on so the fans and us drivers have a place to go. And like you said, all the fans, all the people that help me on my car, and all the fans that come to the racetrack, they're not just fan. I mean, most of them are actually really close friends of mine now, and I've met over the course of a long time, and we talk a lot, and they come down and we chat, and they're friends of my families and my kids and everything else. I mean, I've met a lot of really good people through racing and being around racing. It's truly remarkable when you think about it. It's a small world, but I've met a lot of good people.
You know, Jason, I saw again a statistic from the Radio Advertising Bureau, which is who we kind of go through. That, and this is a recent one. I've been always reflecting back to one I saw about 8 or 9 years ago, but a recent one where it now shows that 91% of all people who have a job, 91% of them don't like their job. They don't like to have to go to work. They don't want to have to go to work, but they know they have to because they have responsibilities. They have families. They have bills. They have to live, that kind of thing. And so when you think about something like racing, it's not only a thing that everybody loves to do, it's in many ways a necessity. Because when it's Monday and you got somebody who is just dreading walking through the door of where they work, but they can look forward to Friday and Saturday and Thursday and all these race nights and go, wow, at least I've got that coming my direction. It's a necessity. So when we're messing with it economically, you're taking that stress level that people normally have, and you're just causing it to go up and up and up and up. Because, you know,
Yep.
they're having to make decisions. Can I go or not?
Yep. It's hard on people. I just hope things start to get a little bit better. We need them to. Everybody needs them to for not just the racing side, but just in general. I mean, it's tough to even go see family members or anything else, or travel or do the everyday things of living for the way it is right now. So I really hope it turns around.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I want to take a quick break. Before we do, though, I got to ask you, every year there's been something different with Ella on the car. You know, it was Paw Patrol for a while, and then we had some other things. Where's she at now? I see she's doing some dancing things, right?
Yeah,
So,
I actually don't know if she has anything, unless she's hiding something from me. I don't know if she has anything on there right now or not. I don't think she's put anything on there.
Dad, she's probably got it on the very back where you can't see it.
That's a very good possibility. I wouldn't put it past her. I wouldn't put it past her.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. She's been so much fun to watch grow up over the years and grow up in racing and in the racing family. And I know she's obviously just your pride and joy all the way through. So
Absolutely.
very, very cool that she turned 8 years old. I got to celebrate birthday right around Mom's time as well. Very, very cool.
Yep.
So happy belated birthday to both Ella and Kelly. We hope both of you had a fantastic time on your very, very special days. Jason, I want to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into some things that you and I really have never talked about, I don't think. And that is, for you, going back 28 years when you were starting in go-karts and just kind of rising up through the go-karts and then getting into late models, you were one who obviously looked to veteran drivers. Well, what do I do here? How do I do this? How do you do your car setup this way? Now, man, and for many, many years, you got new drivers, younger drivers coming to you saying, hey, man, how do I do this? How do I do this? So think about this. This is going to be the first question out of the gate when we come back is, what is it like going from basically novice status, rookie status, to now being the veteran that everybody's looking at going, give me some knowledge, man. I need to feed off you, kind of thing. Think about that. Back with more of Jason Haney, again on the Last Lap Show, the best show about racing anywhere and broadcasting only right here on Iowa's favorite country, K97. Got about 10 minutes left on the last lap show for tonight, talking with our featured guest. And again, one of my favorite guys to talk to, Jason Haney. Hey, do want to mention this, by the way. Speaking of Stumpy's Trifecta, he's one of our great sponsors with Stumpy's Bar and Grill, Stump Snow and Mow, and of course, Stumpy's Party Buses. There is a street dance going on at Stumpy's on Saturday and next Monday night when the last lap show is at Stumpy's Bar and Grill in Duncombe. All drivers that bring their car, be it a dirt track car, be it a motocross bike, be it a go-kart, be it a RC car, whatever. If you're a driver of a car in any way, shape, or form, you get a free meal from Stumpy that night. So make sure you stop out to Stumpy's. Bring your car with you if you can. Bring your ride with you of any kind, and let's put them on display for your fans to see it. I know it's difficult. As Jason and I were just talking about with the economy like it is, and time. Monday night is a difficult time to get everybody out and about. But hey, if you can, bring your ride to Stumpy's next Monday night. You can sell your T-shirts there if you got any left, your paraphernalia of any kind. But all drivers of any kind that drive any one of those classes that I just talked about, dirt track, motocross, go-kart, RC car, demo derby, whatever it may be, if you are a race driver of some kind, you get a free meal from Stumpy's next Monday night, so make sure you stop out. Jason Haney is joining us again, and Jason, I got to tell you, man, I know you're a busy guy, and I appreciate greatly you're taking the time to be on with me, especially last minute like it was. I do want to read this text I just got to you because this came to me from one of my all-time favorite drivers, even though he's one of my favorite people to give grief to. I got a text that says, Jason Haney's one of my favorites, a longtime friend, and a great kid. And I'm talking about the T53 of Todd Foster, Frosty.
That means a lot.
Yeah, he's great. Talk about a legend, man. That guy, he was watching Todd drive in a stock car was just always fun, man. I mean, he didn't win every race, but he was always fun to watch drive. And I love the man like a brother, and him and his wife, Sam, they are two of the best people you're ever going to meet. So there's a great compliment thrown out to you by definitely a veteran class driver.
I appreciate that. It means a lot. Todd and Sam are great. I was fortunate enough to race at Webster when they were racing and meet them. And just another example of great people you meet at the racetrack that I otherwise probably wouldn't have ever met.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, let's talk about it now. This is what I led out with, and I'm leading back in with. You went from go-karts immediately into late models pretty much, right? You never did really another class before you went from go-karts to dirt track. You went straight to late models, right?
Yeah. My dad obviously had a end game in sight, and he kind of got some grief on that, but that's what he figured, and didn't want me to pick up any bad habits, and we took some grief on that, but I think it's paid off in the end. We've done pretty well over the years.
Brother, I remember you as a young driver racing against the likes of Mikey Smith and Daryl DeFrance and guys that were just like, who could do anything in a late model they wanted to do.
Right.
And you were out there, man, in that 76, just learning. You were learning. You weren't winning every race either at that time. You were out there learning, though, taking your lumps and picking up ways to do different things. And like your dad had the foresight, not picking up bad habits. You were learning from the best when you first got into it. So when you were back at that stage, and you were the guy going to the Daryl DeFrancis and the Mikey Smiths and the other great late model drivers, or even stock car drivers like Frosty and Terminator and Jimmy Mitchell and all these other great guys, or hobby stock drivers, whoever it may have been, to your dad even, absolutely. You were the novice back then. You were the rookie, and you were the one going, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? Now, for many, many years, that tide has shifted because you are the man that people are looking to going, okay, man, you have been a veteran, successful, popular driver in this class and in this racing sport for so many years. What do I do here? What do I do there? What's that like going from that shift? And when did you first really feel that? When you were going from asking the questions to answering the questions?
Oh my God. Well, part of it is when you start winning, they stop helping you as much. That's kind of quickly learned. So you start beating people, they don't tell you as much information. So I mean that's the first thing, and I don't blame them, because you can only help somebody so long until they are better than you. But there's a few guys that just understand that they think they're a better driver, so they'll tell you everything under the sun and try and help you any way you can. Racing has gotten so technical that if you don't have somebody you talk to in the higher levels of racing and talk to with like a shock guy or your chassis guy or something, you're kind of left out in left field to try and do what it takes to do this now. But I still help people from time to time if they ever ask us or if they ever need a part or anything like that. That's the one thing about racing in general. If anybody ever has anything or needs something, they always ask, and everybody's there willing to give a part or a piece or anything to help somebody go back, get out and race. I think I've borrowed a full car to somebody at one time when I had, when we were fortunate enough to have two at the time to win a track championship, and borrowed water pumps and everything else. So, and there is still people, like when I started, it was Mike Smith and your Daryl DeFrance, your Todd Cooney's, your Jeff Ikes, and raced against those guys every week has fortunately made me into a pretty decent race car driver. And obviously I still race against three of those guys all the time, and they're fantastic and they're great people, and they've helped me. Jeff still to this day helps me a lot, and Daryl and I are pretty good friends, and same with Todd. So yeah, it kind of goes full circle, but there's not as many young people in the late models and modifieds as I'd like there to be, but it is very hard to start doing it. I'm always there to answer any questions anybody needs, but I'm still learning as it is too. Having a day job, I don't do this as my full-time job, so I rely on my shop guy and the guy I get my cars from as well to get information to try and keep us fast and keep us up front.
Jason, I don't think there's really too many guys that run the sport like you do at your level, or modifieds or stocks or hobbies or whatever it may be, that do this on a full-time basis. I mean, they got to have another job to help support their end of the sport that they love so much. But again, I'm sure with the late models getting tougher and tougher to get the younger drivers in there, because that okay, for the first year or two they're probably going to get banged up a little bit because they don't know, they don't have quite down yet. You learn, you go through that molding and learning stage. But, when it comes to guys like you mentioned four of the biggest names that have ever been behind the wheel of the late model, between, Todd Cooney, Jeff Ike, Daryl DeFrance, Mikey Smith. I mean, does that group of four horsemen get any bigger than that in the late model class?
The championships and feature wins and those names and the Hall of Fames and everything else is incredible. So, I mean, those are the likes of the guys that I've had to try and win races against over the course of 22 years. They made it very difficult, but also, like I said, turned me into a pretty decent little race car driver. And we take that on the road now and try and win against all those good guys as we're doing it right now.
Jason, you know this better than I do because you've alluded to it a couple of times, and that is that we talked about how racing has the best, most dedicated fans of any sport there is. It's amazing also. It never ceases to amaze me, and I'm sure you even more, how tight of a family it is. You could be bumping and grinding and rubbing the whole night with somebody, and actually even maybe get into a shouting match with them, or even, God forbid, fisticuffs when it's all said and done. And next week, if you're having a problem, they're having a problem, it's you or them that's running to your aid to help you out. That just amazes me that goes on like that.
Yeah, and it is, and it's that way across the board in every class. I see it all the time. Obviously, tempers get heated and things happen. And usually they always get resolved, and you go about your ways, and you're there to help somebody the next time, because you don't ever want to beat them on the track and make sure they're there to race against, because you need cars, you need competition. You don't ever want to not race against somebody because he doesn't have anything fixed or broke. So you want to make sure everybody's there if you want to win against everybody, and so everybody's there to help.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, as we close out tonight, now I know this, you know it better than I do. You would not be in that 76 car. That 76 car would not be on the track without, of course, not only the family support that we talked about earlier with Kelly and Ella and your parents and in-laws and so forth. Without your sponsors, man, that car doesn't move. Let's talk about the great people that are listed on that car that make it happen every single week.
Okay. Well, I need to thank my wife and my daughter, Kelly and Ella. They're behind me all the time and allow me to be out here in the shop where I'm at right now, working on this thing, making sure it's ready to go. My dad, my mom, they've always been there. And Jake, Woody, and Barney, they're my main crew guys. They're the ones that come and wrench and get sweaty and take all their Saturdays away from their wives and kids and girlfriends and also help out. I got to thank them a lot, as well as their significant others, for letting them come with me to help me, but it's just as much theirs as it is mine. And also I got Burke Plain Plumbing, Asylum Signs. He's the one that makes the cars look so good. So even if we are slow, at least we still look all right. So it gives somebody something to look at. Gerber Auto here in Webster City. My brother Rick and Rick Haney Calls, Anderson Farms, Larry Brim Family, State Farm Insurance, and Jerry Goebel, Stein Heating and Cooling, my aunt and uncle Tom and Holly, McFarland Pain Clinic, Fieldcraft Survival, Tim Michelson, Conklin Express, K&M Ag, Carl Customs and Carl Chevrolet, with a Willems family. Obviously, that's my wife's family, and Ron with New Tech Seed. And then I got Dinsdale Family Farms, Jerry, Energen Solar, K&H, J&E Properties, Tim and Scott Jansen, the investors, Chamness, Murphy Tractor and Equipment Company, Jeff McRunnell, Nearing Construction, Feltz Detailing, Holmes, Hockman. And then also we have shirts for sale online at Dirt Shirts USA this year. So that's where you can get all of our apparel. They have t-shirts and hoodies. Check them out. That's dirtshirtsusa.com. And then, of course, Jordan, Brett, and Kenny, they always take care of me with the pictures and videos whenever they're available at the races. And then also I got Shepherd Engine Development. He's responsible for the horsepower under the hood this year, so we're thankful for that. Swift Springs, Weir's Machine, Kaiser Wheels, Fast Shafts. My shocks are Penske shocks by Nick Stein. Snake Racing Bodies. He makes all the aluminum and all the bodies for my cars, and always makes them look nice and keeps me aero sensitive, so I can go faster on the racetracks. And then also Rocket Chassis by Mike Mataragas.
And you got an incredible list every year, brother. And I've said many times, I'll say again, nobody is going to put their name to a car, to a driver, to a race team unless they think that person is worth all that they've got to give them. And so that makes you, obviously they're very popular driver, very class act drivers. I've said many times as well. So kudos to all your sponsors who help make that 76 take the track every single time it needs to and do what you do. But
I appreciate that. And I hope, I know we got a couple good races locally coming up. Webster City, Hamilton County Speedway has their fair, which is July 23rd. And that's also a late model show. So I'd like people to come out. That's kids night. There'd be kids rides, all the stuff the fair does for the kids. It'd be a great night of racing, and the late models to be there. And also the late models to be at Sports Park Raceway July 29th. So those are two shows coming up pretty soon around this area. Hopefully everybody comes out, supports them, gets in the stands, see some good racing. I know those will bring some good cars, so there'll be good races to come watch.
Absolutely. That's Saturday night of the fair, the Hamilton County Fair. It's a late model special and kids night, as Jason said, and then the following Friday night at Sports Park Raceway. So make sure you come out for those as well. Jason, I appreciate having you on every single year, man. I know you're always busy, and you always are never, ever even hesitated on saying, you bet, man, I'll jump on every time I've asked you, even when it's been last minute. So thanks for taking the time, my brother. Keep yourself and your family safe for the rest of the season, and many checkered flags in your future there, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate what you do for us and all the racing community, and keep doing a great show. I appreciate being on here, and thanks for having us.
Thank you, brother. We'll talk to you soon, man. Jason Haney, again, late model driver, number 76. He is a class act, folks. He really is. He's a great, great guy all the way around and a great driver. Hey, it's going to be easy to find a winner of these Aaron Lewis tickets that we put up tonight, because not many people have commented. We've got a lot of viewers, but not many people have commented in the comments section. I want to know, what is your favorite carnival ride of all time? So I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave that up for you to comment still for about another 10 minutes. And then I'm going to do the random number selection that we do with our random number generator. And somebody's going to win a pair of tickets to go see Aaron Lewis this Friday night at Stevens Auditorium in Ames. So make sure you get your comment in there. Again, I want to know, what is your favorite carnival ride of all time, no matter what it is, no matter how far back you got to go. I don't care what fair, what carnival, what expo, what amusement park it was at. If it's your favorite, put it down and take a shot at these two Aaron Lewis tickets. Aaron Lewis and the State Liner is going to be at Stevens Auditorium this Friday night. Again, I want to say a big thanks to my sponsors who make this show a possibility every week. They are Platinum Construction and Demo, our title sponsor. Also, Ryan Farrell at Farrell's Automotive Repair. Also, the Stumpy's Trifecta, Stumps Bar and Grill, Stumpy's Party Buses, and Stumps Snow and Mow, the original Snow and Mow. Ryan's House Repairs, also Extreme Auto and Kart, and our track sponsors. They are Poplar Grove Speedway, Webster County Fairgrounds and Event Center, Sports Park Raceway, the historic Hamilton County Speedway, and the fabulous Humboldt County Dragway. All of them are the ones that make this show a possibility every single week. Don't forget, next Monday night, we are on location at Stumpy's Bar and Grill in Duncombe. Every driver who brings your car, your ride, your bike, whatever it may be, if you are a race driver of any kind, and you bring your car, your bike, whatever, out to Stumpy's next Monday night, you're going to get a free meal. Compliments of Stumpy's Bar and Grill. If you've never had a Stumpy's meal, oh, are you missing out? You're going to want to go get the freebie that's coming up next Monday night as well. So make sure you're there for that also. Hey, until I get a chance to talk to you tomorrow on the morning train, guess what? I need you to have a great rest of your night, but I do need you to be safe. You know why. I need you back here with me tomorrow morning on the best ride of the day, because without you, well, I am just a dude. that rides that rail all alone. And I'm not kidding when I say every single day, that is never any fun. Be safe tonight, folks. I'll see you and talk to you in the morning. God bless everybody.